Welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza, where transformation begins as we evoke, embrace, and evolve. Greetings, 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 and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza. It's so good to be here with you, isn't it? Well, today I want to talk about something that most people find themselves with this habit. And I like to talk about habits that are very much oral, which is smoking, vaping, overeating. But today we're going to be talking about the smoking and the vaping, because tomorrow is November 20th, and it is the Great American Smokeout. So the Great American Smokeout with the the American Lung Association has been put out there to give awareness so that everyone stops smoking for one day, because if you can stop smoking for one day, it clears your lungs, you can breathe better, and that you can make a decision, and it's like honoring your body, honoring your lungs, honoring every part of every nerve and every muscle, every organ, every tissue, right? Especially the lungs and your entire respiratory area. So the Great American Smokeout is for one day. And yet, if you are ready, and when you are ready, to become a non-smoker for good, you call me. A lot of people have started vaping versus smoking. So today we're going to be talking about all of this. Before I go further, I have a book. It's called Stomp on Smoking. And I started this because it's stop smoking, break free from the emotional cravings, and reclaim your power with self-hypnosis. I have an audio recording on my website. If you go to HealWithin.com and go to shop, you will see not only my book and also my audio recording to become a non-smoker. These two together can truly help you do your own, become a non-smoker on your own. It's like self-help at the convenience of your home. Listen to the audio recording every night and read through this book, because my book gives you everything. What is it about why we smoke? The facts on smoking. Of course, many of you already know the facts of the negatives and everything. So let's delve in. Ready? Okay. Everything I do is that Evoke-Embrace-Evolve, right? So today I'm going to evoke what was, which is the emotional connection to smoking. And then we're going to talk about what is, which is the habit, why you hold on to it, and the evolve, why and when you are ready to become a non-smoker, you give me a call. And it's effortless and easy. I'm Liza Boubari, your expert hypnotherapist. For the last 24 years, I've been doing hypnotherapy and helping individuals who come to me from smoking, anxiety, overeating, insomnia, pain management, and so much more. And yes, today I'm going to be talking about this dedication that we have to smoking. You see, before I started the Evoke-Embrace-Evolve, I have to let you know that I myself started smoking when I was 12 years old. Actually, this dear cousin of mine who I loved, who's not with us right now, bless his soul, he wanted cigarettes, so he asked me to get a pack from my mom's. And this is long ago. Of course, I was 12 years old, and I would bring one, take it from my mom, and give it to him. And this is what he would do. He would pack it, unwrap it, take one for him, and give me one cigarette. And that's how I started smoking. To me, smoking became a reward. It was like a good thing. So why am I saying all this? Because I can see cigarettes, I can look at it, people can sit next to me and have cigarettes, and I know I do not have to have one. I do not have the urge or any of that. Yet, my mind is in a way that if I wanted to, I can take one, smoke it, put it down, and not have it for the longest time and not even think about smoking or having that urge of smoking. That craving is not there. The same way as I have diminished the craving of not only smoking, but also overeating. Yeah. So any of that, when I talk about craving, what is craving? It's an emotional connection to what it is that makes us feel good. Okay? So think back in your own life. Think what it is that you are so dedicated to. If it's a cookie, it's the smell from perhaps growing up a certain cookie with your grandmother. If it is a taste of something else, look and see when you had this one, when did you pick up that habit, did it feel good or it wasn't. So everything that you are doing, every habit or behavior has an emotional connection to where it started from. Okay, now let's dig in. Let's start evoking, because evoking, we start with the emotional connection to smoking. Smoking is never really about the cigarette, really. I don't even have a cigarette right now with me. Smoking, it is rooted in emotion, in your memory, in your comfort zone, and what I call a survival pattern from the past. So people smoke to calm their anxiety. They smoke to feel loneliness. They take a moment to breathe. Oh, and then the exhale, right? Sometimes many people smoke to break tension when they are upset, when they are angry, when they are they feel out of control. They pick up that cigarette and they smoke. They feel in control when this cigarette is in their hand. As a matter of fact, I knew of people who wanted to stop smoking and they would pick up that cigarette and constantly have the cigarette in between their fingers without lighting it up. Of course, realizing that it's all rituals. So that first cigarette usually happens during a vulnerable moment. As a matter of fact, if you want the truth from someone, find them at the most vulnerable time, and when they are upset, really angry, or really vulnerable and feeling sad, and all that emotion pours out. Okay? So, but your body is paying the price for this. Smoking becomes this soothing ritual that your mind believes you need, and your body resents you for it. Let me say that again. Smoking becomes this ritual, this soothing ritual that your mind thinks you need, and your body resents you for it. Because it's affecting your throat, it's affecting your sinuses, it's affecting your lungs, it's affecting your nerves, every aspect, your kidneys, of course, it affects every part of it, because you're depending on how much you smoke, you're stuffing nothing but toxicity inside. Now, let's go to the embrace side, because no matter what habits we have, every habit has a good reason. Every habit has a good reason. So we go from feeling to doing it over and over and over, until it becomes a habit. And then when you continue this habit of yours, it becomes a part of your daily routine, your daily behavior, to a point that your mind starts craving for it before your body does. Believe it or not, habits are mostly in here before the body craves it. Yes, we talk about withdrawals, and it doesn't matter if it is a cigarette withdrawal, drug withdrawal, alcohol withdrawal, food withdrawal. The withdrawal, it doesn't hit the body as much as it is the mind, because your mind has this beautiful way of, like a tick-tock clockwork. It's saying it's that time again. It's that time, either to wake up, let's have a cigarette. You're upset, let's put a cigarette in your mouth. You are vaping, no one can see it, let's put a vape in your mind. So it's from that behavior that it goes to what? That's right, dependency. Then you feel, I am dependent on this. I can't do this without this. I can't draw without cigarettes. I can't do this. I can't sit in the car without cigarettes. I can't go and have a drink without cigarettes. You know, years and years ago, I've shared this many times, in restaurants we used to smoke. In doctors' offices we used to smoke. Actually, many years ago, 30 years ago, my doctor used to smoke and then come to the examiner's room. And I could smell it. One time, about 30 years ago, when I was hospitalized and I was going to go through surgery, I was having panic and anxiety myself. And you know what I said? I told the doctor I need a cigarette. And my OB had a pack in his pocket. He took a cigarette and he gave it to me. Maybe it was about 40 years ago. And he lit it, he gave it to me. I took 2 puffs and he put it down and he says, now we're going to wheel you in. This is years ago. But what I'm saying is, we think we need this in order to calm ourselves. Because before we embrace all of this, I want you to understand, your body thinks what you are giving me is going to calm me down. The nervous system goes into this, it exasperates everything internally, because smoking is not a relaxing, it's not a depressant, okay? It stimulates. That's what it is. Alcohol may be a suppressant, but tobacco is a stimulator. So you're constantly being stimulated. Sugar is a stimulator. Chocolate is a stimulator. So when you feel like you are addicted to food or chocolates or that, is because your body is constantly craving this stimulation. And that's where drugs is the same. Okay, so a habit becomes a behavior when it is repeating to relieve an emotion. That behavior becomes a dependency, where the subconscious associates the cigarette with what? Safety, calm, relief, escape, and comfort. Because bottom line, when you are angry, when you are sad, what is it that you really need? You need comfort. You need a hug. You need soothing. Or you do this fight and flight, right? You either have to fight through it, or you're going to flight as if ignore it. No matter what, when that, either the cigarette or the vaping that goes in the mouth, it suppresses what you need to express. That's in my book. Learn about yourself. When you do it, how you do it, why you do it. Get to embrace every aspect, because your body becomes addicted to the nicotine, but your mind becomes addicted to the ritual. Again, although your body becomes addicted to this nicotine, and that's where you think the withdrawal is, it is your mind that is truly addict, which is dedicated to the ritual you have created. So, knowing this, it's what is it that you are embracing? It is the feeling that you crave, not the cigarette or the vape or that metal that you hold on, which is what? It's just a metal. It's worse than the cigarette, actually. It's now you're holding on to a metal that you pour in all this liquid, and you don't know what really is being sold to you. And then you think, if I puff and puff and puff and this smokeless thing goes in there, the cigarette, which is a paper, I have no cigarettes or else I would have showed you. If you unravel the paper and the nicotine that it's inside, okay, and then there is the filter. So let's assume, imagine, you know what imagine is? It's an imagery. That means it's you imagining something. I remember saying to someone, visualize, and if they haven't seen it, they cannot visualize what they don't know. But they can always imagine because it is their own imagination. The thing about hypnotherapy, when I work with my clients, is also educate them about every aspect of what it is that they have been holding onto and how they can let it go and reclaim their control and reclaim their own freedom. Because you or anyone was not born a smoker or a vapor. And I know that for a fact. And you know that for a fact. So, this portion, the filter, if you look at it, there's got that white part. We're talking about cigarettes today. And that white part, and then there's this. And there's the cigarette, the white. If you take that paper, open it, or with a cutter, cut it, or just tear it, and open all the tobacco that is inside. Empty tobacco, okay? And then put the paper together, put a scotch tape on it. And then put it in your mouth. Here's the filter. The filter is still in place. And there is the paper part. And then, I know I have this. I have a lighter because I light my candles, not cigarettes. You take this lighter and light that part. Would you smoke a cigarette of paper only, even though the filter is there? You would turn around and go, yuck, no. Why would I smoke paper? My point. You're smoking paper with a lot of tobacco in there that is literally just tobacco, not even a good tobacco, with 52 embalming solutions in there. That's right. 52 chemicals and everything that they have put, because it is not good tobacco. Even if you smoke, you're not smoking for this, you're smoking for the ritual. Okay? You can put, okay, we'll get to the Evolve. So this part, the filter, if you take this entire thing out and you look at the filter and the white part, you know what? Your saliva has touched the white part, and if you look at that white part, already, you'll see a ring in there, which is yellow, and that yellow part is all your saliva, and with all that sugar and everything that has come through that you've been inhaling. So why not just take a nice deep breath, imagine smoking, swallow, clear saliva instead of with toxins and all that sugar and everything in there. Exhale. Imagine smoking, saliva, and then say, I am in total control. If you do this for 3 minutes, you do this for 3 minutes of imaginary smoking, the craving for real cigarettes will diminish. Okay. Now, why vaping is actually worse? In short, vaping is marketed as safer. But it delivers higher concentration of nicotine, even in the smallest doses. Then they have turned it into all this colorful, fruitful way of marketing. You know, a part of marketing, long ago I learned, even McDonald's, Burger King, Coca-Cola marketing, you go to the supermarkets, they have everything in color coordination. Actually, when you go to a supermarket, even the market in the fruity area, they have the yellows really stacked up, really nice. They have the greens, and then the orange, the red ones, the tomatoes, they polish it, they make it nice, because they are looking to have your every nerve system that colors go with your palate and your taste factor, because red is enticing, and yellow is for your core, that it's the smile, the sunny, it's like, yes, inviting, and red says, yes, yes, yes. And the green is all the emotional connections. They pour all that in order for you to start, you buy more than you want, because of the color coordinations and the way they have polished it and made it really nice. Actually, even that small little tags is turned around so you don't see the tags, because it disrupts the colors and everything. So that's what vaping is also nowadays for all the young people, and even the elders. They stop smoking and they pick up on vaping, thinking I can do this anytime, anywhere, and it doesn't affect anyone else. You know? It affects you. It affects you. And I want to be honest. Some people come out of a domestic abusive relationship and forget the abuse they do to themselves and to their own body. And that is okay. Think about that one. So the chemicals in vape liquid break down into toxic compounds when heated. Literally, when it's heated, it's like oil. Oil, olive oil, it's absolutely wonderful. Put olive oil in a pan and put it on hot fire. Would you have that? Just drink that up? No. So the lung damage from vaping has already shown signs of being faster and more severe than people who smoke cigarettes, because there is no physical end, like finishing a cigarette. It doesn't finish. It keeps going and going and going. And people vape all day without noticing what they are doing to themselves. And yes, it is an emotional connection. It is the same. It costs almost the same, if not more, but your addictive ramifications is far deeper and harder to break. So, with vaping, the addiction is silent, constant, and it's disguised as harmless and fruity. Now, what are you going to do to evolve? What would it be if you broke this habit? First, you have to choose. What is it that I am dedicated to? Me, or this, or any of the things that I overindulge to destroy my body internally? How does hypnotherapy help you? You can go to my website, actually. You can get this book. You can get my audio recording, listen to the audio recording every night, maybe even twice a day. Not only will you relax, but it works with your subconscious mind to become a non-smoker. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Liza Boubari, on YouTube, and look in the testimonials and see testimonial after testimonial how I have helped people change habits and behaviors. And some of them takes 4 to 8 sessions. Others, like this one smoker who stopped smoking in 2 sessions, in less than 2 sessions. And she was suffering with throat cancer. And that's the only reason she had to stop smoking, because she could not do radiation and smoking together. You see, it's not about money. It's what's your dedication to, thinking what you need. Okay? So hypnotherapy helps you retain that emotional trigger and takes that craving away. And it's not only about the cigarettes, it's your emotional need, understanding where it started from, why you kept on, what is it that you're holding on to. So with weight, I say it's not what you eat, it's what's eating at you, and the same thing is what are you holding and dedicated to. So you release stress, loneliness, and anxiety, and whatever it is that is beneath that habit of yours. And together we rewire the subconscious mind so that your craving fades and you find calm, you find peace within, you find this sense of freedom, not smoke or nicotine that it is that you need. And you retrain your mind that I can versus I can't. And you train your body, I can breathe without this or the metal. Most of my clients report feeling lighter, more in control, and more confident, and thinking, I never realized I can. Because when your mind no longer craves the cigarette, stopping becomes effortless. I know tomorrow, November 20th, is the Great American Smokeout. You can become a non-smoker. As a matter of fact, in December, I will hold a 2 to 3 hour seminar, workshop actually. It's not a seminar, it's a workshop to become a non-smoker. If you or someone you know, by all means, let me know. Or you can have your one-on-one session with me. So tomorrow, it's the perfect opportunity for you to choose you and stop the abusive habit, especially abusing your body. And if you are ready to stop smoking or vaping and finally break this habit, call me. Call me. I invite you to book a complimentary 15-minute consultation with me. There's no charge. And let's talk about what you're experiencing, How I have had people smoke 2 packs of cigarettes and then be done, and then others who thought the cigarette is their friend of theirs realize you can't have other friends and you no longer need another abusive friend, that it's harming you. So schedule your session with me. You can go to lizaboubari.com or HealWithin.com appointment. And I look forward to seeing you and talking with you. Until next week, breathe in oxygen, vitality. Exhale all the negativity. Honor yourself. And remember, from this day forward, every day, in every way, you can become better, healthier, and stronger. Until next week, I bid you goodbye. God bless you, and may the universal light surround you always. Bye-bye.
And if you like this, share it, subscribe, and go to YouTube, and you'll see the rest of all my podcasts.